Bending conduit for noobs. So you'll want to learn how to bend a 3-point saddle. 16 inches from this point to my obstruction is going to be my center point of my saddle. When you're doing a saddle, any 1 inch of rise of that saddle is going to induce a shrink, 3/16 of an inch, for every 1 inch rise of that conduit. I'm going to offset by 2 inches. 3/8 of an inch added to my 16 gives me 16 3/8. Go ahead and mark your conduit. Once I do that, I'm just going to go ahead and transpose my mark so that it goes around the entire diameter of the conduit so it's easy to see. Once I got that done, I need to mark from this center point 5 inches back and 5 inches forward. It's always 2.5 times the number of rise. We can start bending. The middle, then the front, then the back. I have my center mark, then I have each of the other marks. Center mark is 45, each of the ends is 22.5. Because that middle mark needs to be 45 degrees, you're actually going to utilize your center mark on the bender. In this case, it's this center notch. When you bend that bend with that mark on that notch to the 45 degrees, the exact mark here will be in the perfect center of the bend. You can see that on this example here. And then these other two bends, the one at the front and the one at the back, are going to be bent on the indicator mark. This is the same mark that you would utilize if you were doing a 90 or an offset or what have you. We're going to bend our 45 degree first, and now that I'm aligned, I'm going to go ahead and hand bend this 45. Before I pull it out, I want to give you a shot of what that looks like. As long as my pipe is completely parallel to that line, that is a 45 degree bend. You do not bend until you touch the line. If you've gone that far, you've gone too far. Now I can bend this little tail end. I'm just going to realign so that I am in plane with my bend. Once I'm happy with that alignment, I'm going to do my bend to 22.5 degrees. I have this funky looking piece of pipe here. I've taken it out and I have flopped it to the other side so that I can bend the other 22.5. Once I am satisfied that I am completely in line with those bends, and bend my next and final 22.5. This pipe is nice and straight, no dog legs. See, nice and flat. Touching the conduit, doesn't flip-flop anywhere. We were going for 16 inches to the center. 16 to the center. That's how you bend a 3-point saddle. The bane of all electricians. Just kidding.